Nigeria, a vibrant tapestry of places, people, stories, struggles, and unshakable spirits. Politicians make promises, but who really holds them accountable? I'm Donu, and this isn't just about politics. This is about us. This is where we confront the hard truths that few say publicly. Hi, greetings from Abuja. I have been so irritated since Monday when I witnessed the ludicrous spectacle of Governor Sheriff Uborowori of Delta State and his predecessor, Dr. Okowa, crossing over from the opposition PDP to the ruling APC. And it was such a sort of jamboree. The governor was shining his teeth. The crowds were cheering, and it was like a bit like a carnival, right? And that would be fine if not for the fact that almost every Delta State person I personally know is horrified by this development. So I'm sorry, maybe some of the people in that crowd were sincere, but I'm strongly suspecting that they were paid like 2,000 naira each or whatever to show up and give the false impression that Delta State is dying to join a ruling party that has failed Nigeria and continues to put us through all kinds of hardship. Well, one thing I know for sure is that while Okowa and Sheriff consulted other big boys in Delta State, they sure as hell did not consult the ordinary people of Delta State, the actual voters, the people they're supposed to be representing. So this was the sort of typical Kabbalistic, oligarchic, elitist decision that comes from the top, does not reflect what the middle or the bottom of the pyramid are feeling, and it's all about them. Now, a lot of people think that, the EFCC has been used as a threat against people like all these big boys from PDP who are suddenly deciding that they want to be part of APC. But, and I'm sure that is very much the case with a lot of them, because most of them can't keep their hands out of the till and have got plenty to hide, so they're very easy to manipulate and coerce. But Governor Okowa has said, Mount, I believe him, that he personally has nothing to fear from the EFCC. There is no corruption problem lurking in his background that anybody can use against him. And I think what he's basically saying is that the PDP is a busted flush. It's no use to anyone anymore. They've been in opposition, PDP, Delta, PDP, National, for 10 years. And enough is enough. And they now want to gain the dividends associated with membership of the party that is actually running the country from the presidency. But you see, my problem with this argument is two things. First of all, the states that are owned by APC already, that have been APC all along, or at least APC till the last election, are not doing particularly well. They're not doing any better than states that are not APC. So all this one about, we want the dividends of APC membership, that's bullshit if you don't mind my language. But even if you do, I still say it's bullshit. Another reason why Okowa's rationale for this great Delta State defection doesn't wash with me is because he and Sheriff are captains of the PDP ship. The PDP has many captains, of course. That may be part of the problem. They do say too many cooks can spoil the broth. But anyway, the PDP is in a bad state because of its leadership. Its leadership has not done a good job. Okowa was running mate to Atiku in the 2023 election. He was governor for 8 years. Sheriff has been there for quite a while now. We're even hearing rumors that Atiku, who was the PDP flag bearer in 2023, also wants to leave PDP. So in other words, and we're hearing rumors about PDP governors from other states all flocking towards APC in the next few weeks. In other words, so if you don't blame the leadership of the party for the fact that the party is in such terrible shape, who are you going to blame? So you now destroy something that you're in charge of. Then you abandon it and run to another one. If I was APC, I would even tell them, please don't come. You are party destroyers. We don't need you in our own camp because you have ruined your own. Why should you come and ruin our own? Because there's no evidence that they know how to run the show properly nowadays, any show. So it's kind of like, it's just so ridiculous that you ruin something and then you mock and abandon the thing you've ruined and expect people, you don't think anybody will blame you for the fact that the thing spoiled. Some of them blame Wike, the famous, notorious, noisy FCT minister, for wrecking the PDP, and I think he has played a huge role in its destruction. But you can't blame one man for a party that's completely, floundering. How can one man beat all of you? Is he Jesus Christ and the rest of you are non-entities? So, I don't think that, while Wike must take his share of the blame, or even a lion's share of the blame for creating problems that destroyed what was once Africa's greatest political party, everybody else must also take their share of the blame. Anyway, please don't misunderstand me. It's not like I think PDP is a wonderful party that has been destroyed. PDP was pretty bad when it was running Nigeria. In fact, I didn't even vote for them in 2015. And certainly didn't vote for them in 2023. So I'm no fan of the PDP, but it is, in my opinion, currently, it was better in its heyday than the APC is now. And even though it was still very bad and there are a lot of dodgy things that happened when PDP was in power. But whatever PDP's faults are, I want it to exist and I want it to be robust, because I think it's very, very important in a democracy for there to be at least two credible parties on the political stage. So right now what you have is a situation where APC is roaming around doing what it likes because there's almost no opposition. It has denied that we're heading towards a one-party state, but it's very obvious to me and anybody else who it's obvious to Stevie Wonder, even people who can't see, know that APC is bullying, threatening, bribing, and just generally coercing and dragging people into its fold so that the 2027 election will be less of a challenge for President Tinubu. And that's not healthy, Woe betide anybody who claims to be a Democrat, who participates in this drift towards dictatorship. We need democratic choices. Even though I don't even think that democracy really works in Africa in the way it should work. But that's what we have for now. And anybody who abandons other parties to join the APC, which is so useless, is basically sabotaging Nigeria and making it easier for the ruling party to get away with, well, I won't say murder, but let's just say all kinds of nonsense. All kinds of nonsense that costs lives, leaves children going to bed hungry at night, and so many, many other socioeconomic dysfunctions. So, variety is the spice of life within a democratic context. And I'd love to know what you think about what's happening in Nigeria right now, with everybody, too many people flocking towards the winning team. So do get in touch, do keep watching. I have a new club for Donu's World viewers starting soon. If you're interested, you can register on the address that shows on the screen, and or click on the link that appears in the description below the video. It's an opportunity for Donu's World viewers to communicate with each other and to have more interactions with me. And let's see how it goes. I hope it's a success. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.